Let's go. Right. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Jivanmukti Viveka, written by Swami Vidyaranya. Swami Vidyaranya is an authority on Jivanmukti Viveka. Now, in Jivanmukti Viveka, there is a debate on various types of sannyasa. Then, the lower level sannyasas called Bahudaka, Kutichara, Parivrajaka, and higher order sannyas called Paramhamsa. Paramhamsa sannyasis are two types: Vividisha sannyasi and Vidvat sannyasi. There are two types of Paramhamsa sannyasis. So Bahudaka, Kutichara, and Parivrajaka, they take a formal sannyasa. They change the dress, hold a stick in their hand. Okay, they go and beg for food. They live in the society without doing any work. They focus on whatever they call as sadhana. So they have to change the dress because society has to recognize, give them alms as monk. Okay, understand? Whereas Paramahamsa sannyasi has no external characteristics. Even dress also has no attachment. So because he has no attachment to dress, if somebody takes a Paramahamsa sannyasa as a formal sannyasa, he has no support from the society. He will leave his house. He has no support from society. Whatever is there, he has to just live on that. Is that clear? Lower order sannyasa are called Bahudaka, Kutichara, Parivrajaka. Higher order sannyasa is called Paramahamsa. Now we are speaking of formal sannyasa. There is informal sannyasa. Informal sannyasa, Grahastha can take an informal sannyasa. He doesn't have to change the dress. A Grahastha sannyasi lives in the world without changing the dress. So here you have to understand important thing. Sannyasa is not about the dress. Sannyasa is about the mental state, mental maturity. Samyagnasa iti sannyasa means right deposit of mind is called sannyasa. The mind has to be deposited in Atma. Okay. So is this the background? So the discussion is about higher order sannyasa, which we call as Paramahamsa sannyasa. Okay. Why it's called Paramahamsa sannyasa? Hamsa, we are called Jiva. Jiva is called Hamsa. All of us. Because when you breathe in, so breathe out, hum sound is made by the throat very gently. So all jivas are called Hamsa. The meaning of Hamsa in Sanskrit is a bird, swan. Okay. So all of us are birds, in a sense, swan. The swan has a special ability, it seems, to separate out milk from the water and drink milk. Even though they have the ability, they don't do it. So that's why all jivas like us, even though we have the ability to realize the self, we don't do it. Only some jivas, their special category of jiva called Paramahamsa. Hamsa is ordinary jiva. Paramahamsa is great being, great jiva. What they do, they'll separate out Atma, Anatma, Nitya, Anitya, Viveka, and Vairagya, detachment. With that, they attain supreme reality, Brahman. Okay, they are called Paramahamsa. Now, the focus of discussion is Paramahamsa sannyasi. Are we clear? Paramahamsa is the highest order of sannyasa. If somebody takes a Formal sannyasa, he doesn't have to wear any dress, any outer symptoms, outer symbols. Paramahamsa sannyasi can be householder also, grasta. He can do all the work, but mentally completely focused on Atmadana. Okay. So it is said that in one of the Upanishads, Brahadanik Upanishad, Yajnavalkya is teaching about Paramahamsa sannyasa to Janakaraja. Yajnavalkya says Paramahamsa sannyasa has no external symbol, including the sacred thread. Then students object. If sacred thread is not there, how he can be Brahmana? Brahmana means one seeker of Brahman. Then Yajnavalkya says he has the sacred thread. What is the sacred thread? His jnana. Atma jnana is the sacred thread. He doesn't need any sacred thread. My Guru Ajja was wandering all over the world, all over India, roaming, without any external dress, external symbols of dress as a monk. He goes to a temple. Wherever he gets food, he'll eat. And wherever he has to sleep, he'll sleep. No, what I'm saying, no connection to the society. See, in one temple, the food was being served. Ajja goes to the temple, sits for food. Somebody comes and asks him, are you a Brahmana? Ajja says, yes, I am Brahmana. Then open your shirt. There's no sacred thread. How can you say you're a Brahmana? You are telling a lie. And they lift him physically. This happened. And throw him out of the temple. And he was injured. Somebody comes and asks him, are you injured? Yes. So, are you angry? Why should he be angry? They asked, am I a Brahmana? Okay. I said, yes. I am a Brahmadnani. Brahmana means Brahmadnani for me. For them, Brahmana means a sacred thread. So there's a different understanding what to do. So for common people, they look only external symbol. They cannot recognize a sannyasi or jnani without external dress, external behavior. Is it clear? A grahastha paramahamsa, nobody can recognize. Whereas a paramahamsa order, also nobody can recognize. A real formal sannyasi, because he may not have any outer covering. Okay. So this is the problem. Now, the question comes, sannyasa means right deposit of mind in Atmadana. So that is considered as seventh Jnana Bhumika, 7 stages of enlightenment. Sapta Jnana Bhumika. 7 stages of enlightenment is what we are going to discuss. Okay. Now, first stage of enlightenment is called Shubhecha. Somebody has understood that there's no happiness in the world of objects. Physical world, there's no happiness. Most of the people suffer in the physical world, thinking that physical world gives happiness. They are attached to the physical world. They are attached to Pancha-anatmas, 5 anatmas. What are they? Body, mind, relationships, profession, and position. So they are suffering because of that. It's like the world, people in the world are like a dog chewing a bone. The dog, when he chews the bone, the blood comes out. The dog enjoys that blood, thinking that blood is coming from the bone. It's suffering, but it doesn't know it's suffering. Okay. So in Pancha-anatma, there's happiness. 5 anatmas, there's happiness. This is the view of the common people. They are called samsaris. They suffer, but they don't know they are suffering. They suffer, but they don't know the cause of suffering. The cause of suffering is identified in the 5 anatmas. Okay. So now, the Shubhecha, desire for enlightenment, somebody gets, okay, understands there's no happiness in the objects of the world. I have to find happiness in my own self, Atma. I have to find my happiness in my own self, Atma. So that's why he starts Vicharana. Vicharana means self-enquiry. He finds a realized master, Shrotriya and Brahmanishta, and does Shravana and Manana under his guidance. So that's the stage called enquiry or Vicharana stage. What happens here? Shravana and Manana. This is the stage of your Vedanta study circle, Atma Jyoti Vedanta study circle, Shravana and Manana. Are we clear? Then comes the Tanumanasi. The mind will become very subtle. Very subtle. As you do Atma Vichara, the gross mind becomes very subtle. We are able to understand the subtler aspects of life. That's called Tanumanasi. So at this stage, Nididhyasa becomes easy. When the mind has become subtle, Nididhyasa is easy. In Nididhyasa, you're holding on to thought called I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. Initially, you'll hold on to a thought called I am Sakshi, then you'll hold on to the thought called I am Brahman. In that process, what will happen? All other thought processes in the mind, you're resolving. I'm the body, I'm the mind, I'm intellect, I'm so and so. All these things are getting resolved. Subconscious impressions are getting resolved in Nididhyasa. Are we clear? If somebody dies before coming to Shubhecha, that means before coming to Shubhecha, okay, so what will happen is they will take birth in the earth again or the lower planes. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam applies to them. If somebody dies in Vicharana or Tanumanasi stage, okay, they don't go to Sattopati. So then they will attain Devaloka, a higher level Loka. They experience Punya there, and then they are again born in the world in a family which is supportive of Atma Dana. They can continue to stage 4. Okay. Now comes the 4th stage called Sattopati. Sat means truth. Somebody who is establishing the truth. Tanumanasi is mind has become subtle. You are holding on a thought called I am Brahman, I am Sakshi. All other thoughts have gone down. I am the body, I am man, I am woman is gone down. Okay. So now here, up to the stage 3, it's called Paroksha Dana, indirect knowledge. At the stage 4, it becomes the direct knowledge or Aparoksha Dana. Okay. So now he is called self-realized or Brahmavid. Brahmavid is knower of Brahman. Okay. These stages are 4 are clear. The knower of Brahman, somebody dies in stage 4. Somebody dies in stage 1, 2, and 3. They will go to Devaloka and come back to earth. They will enjoy some punya and come back to earth for continuing their journey. Somebody dies in stage 4. He has become Sattopati. He has no rebirth. Is that clear? He has become free from the cycle of birth and death. That's called he has become Videha Mukta, stage 4. Are we clear? Now, stage 4 to stage 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, all are called Jivanmuktas from the Vedantic perspective. They are the enlightened ones from the Vedantic perspective. From the perspective of the Vedanta, 4, 5, 6, 7 are called Jivanmuktas, liberated. There's no difference in the internal understanding of 4, 5, 6, 7 for the who are realized. Their inner understanding is I am Brahman. The world is Mithya. There's no difference in 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? But there's a difference in their behavior. So there is a difference in their behavior in the outer world. The difference in the behavior in the outer world comes from their prarabdha karma. Are we clear? For a common man, the Gnani's behavior are different. A common man considers 7 as the highest level Gnani, Suryaga. From common man's perspective, these Gnanis, they cannot find out who is Gnani. They say 7, the person 7 is, the one who is in 7 is Gnani, they'll say. Because he is always in Samadhi type. Whereas 4, 5, 6, 7, they can't recognize as Gnanis. 4, 5, 6, they cannot recognize as Gnanis. So what will happen now? They'll call them in different stages. So that's why the naming is coming from the understanding of a common man. Brahmavid, Brahmavara, Brahmavarine, Brahmavarishta. Is it clear? So when he teaching in Upanishad or Vedanta is given from the common man's perspective. The inner state of Gnani from 4, 5, 6, 7 is no change at all. I am Brahman, I am Brahmasmi. Sarvam Kalidam Brahma. All this is Brahman. Jagat is Mithya. This understanding is there in all 4, 5, 6, 7. Very clear? So 4, 5, 6 and differences coming from their behavior in the external world. And that behavior, as noted by common man, is different. That's why the different names are. But inner state of Gnani, 4, 5, 6, 7, all are same. So 4, 5, 6, 7, there's absolutely no difference in the inner state of Gnani. Okay. Anybody dies in the 4, 5, 6, 7, they have no rebirth. They are Videha Muktas. Clear? So Videha Mukti or no rebirth is there for 4, 5, 6, 7, guaranteed for all of them. But 1, 2, 3, if you die, you'll go to Devaloka and be born in the human world for further journey. Right? 4, 5, 6, 7 are liberated sages, Jivanmukta. Is this clear? From their internal understanding. Now, when somebody reaches stages 4, to reach stage 1, 2, 3, okay. So from the stage 1 to 3 is called Vividisha Sannyasa. The purpose of Vividisha Sannyasa is to go to stage 4 called self-realization. The moment you get self-realization, Brahmavid you become, Vividisha Sannyasa is over. This will become Brahmadnani. Are we clear? So now, Vedanta study group, AVSC group, you people are trying, you are all Grahastha Vividisha Sannyasis. Householder Vividisha Sannyasis without changing the dress. You are doing Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, Seva. That's why you are all Vividisha Sannyasis from stage 1 to 3. Are we clear? But when you reach stage 4, you become Brahmavid, knower of Brahman. So this Vividisha Sannyasa part is over up to that point. Are we clear? So up to stage 4, Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa has to be done continuously until you are established fully in Brahmavid, knower of Brahman. Right? The purpose of Vividisha Sannyasa to become Brahmavid. Clear? Now, what happens from 4 to 5 to 6, 7 is what I'm going to explain. So, stage 4, somebody becomes very clear. I am Brahman. The world is Brahman. The appearance of the world is Mithya. Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. Jagat is Satya as Brahman. This understanding has become very clear in stage 4. Are we clear? Now, up to stage 4, you can be a householder. Up to stage 4, you can be householder because Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa is going on internally. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, Seva is going on. And you become Brahmadnani. Okay? Your life is done. Nothing more is required. 5, 6, 7 is optional. 5, 6, 7 is not optional, mandatory. Now 5, 6, 7 happens because of prarabdha karma. 5, up to 4 is mandatory. Sadhana is going on. 1, 2, 3 sadhana. 4th is siddhi. 5, 6, 7 is optional and it happens based on the prarabdha karma. Are we clear? So what happens in stage 4? In stage 4, the definition of stage 4 is vidyate hृदय granthi छिद्यते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते तस्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. This is the shloka of Mundaka Upanishad. Vidyate hृदय granthi. Mundaka. Vidyate hृदय granthi. The knot of the heart is broken. What do you mean by knot of the heart? The heart here, not physical heart. The heart is not emotional heart. The heart is the spiritual center, which is awareness, Atma, the Sakshi. Okay. The Sakshi is identified with the intellect, Buddhi, through Chidabhasa. The Sakshi and Chidabhasa and the intellect to become one package entity called Jiva. That's called Sakshi and Chidabhasa together is called Jivatma. Jivatma identifies with the Buddhi, intellect. So Buddhi, intellect is Anatma, matter, material. Consciousness is identified with matter. So that's a unholy alliance which is taking place. Consciousness identifies with matter because of Chidabhasa. Is it clear? So Chidabhasa is called ego. This unholy alliance of consciousness and matter is broken. Then you become holy. The consciousness and matter are totally independent entities, different entities. They have different properties. Consciousness and matter, like water and oil, they cannot mix. But the ego, Chidabhasa, appears to be mixing both. So that knot is broken to realize Sakshi, I am the witness, free from intellect, free from all the material nature. Jivatma realizes I am Sakshi. Now Jivatma thinks I am the Jiva, body-mind complex. Are we clear? So Jivatma is Jiva plus Atma, Sakshi plus Chidabhasa, together a conscious entity, apparently conscious entity. So that is identified with Buddhi, intellect. Now Jivatma realizes, I am not a Buddhi, I am not a body, I am not a mind, I am not intellect, I am pure consciousness, Brahman. So now what happens? The unholy alliance is broken. This is called Vidyate Hridaya Granthi. There's a realization here now. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanam Nane, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. So now the consciousness breaks the identification with the matter. So this identification is not real, it's imaginary. Right? So that is broken. Now, what happens to this Gnani? He has realized I am Brahman. Okay. And this clarity has happened in the intellect finally. Because using intellect, it has happened. Intellect has become purified. Intellect has become free from the clutches of the ego. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Are we clear?
So when the knot is broken, what happens to Jiva?
The knot is broken. Then vidyate hridaya granthi, right? Chidyate sarva samshayaha. All doubts will vanish. Till you reach this stage, the mind will be full of doubts. Spiritual journey, what is realization, what is enlightenment, what is liberation, who is Brahman, am I Brahman? All those doubts will be there. And what is the right path? What is wrong? Which way I should go? All these doubts will be clouded in the mind. Chidyate sarva samshayaha, mind becomes very clear, no doubts. Because finally, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, called Brahmakara Vritti appears in the Buddhi, intellect. Brahmakara Vritti means a thought that I am Brahman appears, and finally I am Brahman thought is also given up. Are we clear? The I am Brahman thought destroys all other wrong thoughts. The example of that is when you go and buy a corpse. One stick is taken, one wooden stick is taken, the fire is lit, and the corpse is burnt. Corpse starts burning. After burning, this stick which you are using for fire burning, you also throw it out. That's also no use. So Brahmakara Vrati is used to burn all thoughts. Bhasma. Then Brahmakara Vrati also disappears. It is not required. Are we clear? So I am Brahman, thought destroys I am body, I am mind, I am intellect. And this belongs to me. Mamakara is destroyed. Are we clear? So vidyate hridaya granthi, chidyate sarvasamshaya. No doubt. So crystal clear. Okay. So only such a Gnani, when he speaks, he'll speak from the heart. Heart means not physical heart. He speaks from the consciousness. Such a person is called Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. If he is able to communicate clearly based on scriptures, he's called Shrotriya, and he is establishing the truth called Brahman. I am Brahman. Are you clear? Now, Kshiyante tase karmani. Kshiyante means the karma becomes weak. It is not destroyed. Okay, karma becomes weak. Kshiyante means become weak. What is becoming weak? There are 4 types of karma: Sanchita karma, Prarabdha karma, Agami, Kriyamana. Right? Now, Sanchita karma means accumulated karma, storehouse. So if you are not a body and mind and intellect, the accumulated karma, your bank balance, doesn't belong to you. It is gone. Sanchita karma is completely burnt. Jnanagni dagda karmani. Sanchita karma is burnt completely. Okay. Agami karma, karma which can happen in the future because of present action, disappears because there's no doership. I'm not the body means no doership. Okay. Kriyamana karma, whatever karma I do now will not yield any fruits. You will do action without doership. Right? So the word is very clear. See, the Vedic words are so nice and clear. Kshiyante tase karmani. It doesn't say all karmas are gone. Kshiyante, they become weak. Okay. Now only one karma is pending now. Prarabdha karma. That weak prarabdha karma will continue to maintain the body. Are you clear? Out of 4 karmas, Sanchita karma is gone, Agami is gone, Kriyamana is gone, Prarabdha karma, weak prarabdha karma, or whatever prarabdha karma which has become weak is maintaining the body. Is this clear? Now, from Gnani's point of view, there is no prarabdha karma. From the world point of view, he has a prarabdha karma because he has a body. That's why Bhagavad Gita sloka, Jnanagni dagda karmani. The fire of wisdom burns all the karma. Mundaka Upanishad says, Kshiyante tase karmani. And that is some karma is bad, weak also. These two are conflicting. So Jnanagni dagda karmani from Bhagavad Gita is from Jnani's point of view. He has no karma because he is not a body, he is not a mind, he is not an intellect. Kshiyante tase karmani is from the point of view of the world people that Jnani has a body. Is it clear? So Upanishad Vakyas, sometimes they are told from the perspective of the world, sometimes they are told from the perspective of Jnani. So now, Jnani can spend his time in samadhi or action in the world. He can do both, samadhi or action in the world. Correct? He has a choice. So up to stage 4, you can be a grahastha Jnani. You can be a grahastha Paramahamsa Sannyasi. Like what? we speak of Yajnavalkya. Up to stage 4, you can be. Because you can be Gnani, Brahmadnani. At the same time, you can interact with the world. Nobody will know that you are a Gnani. Why? He is able to perform all his actions very efficiently without any disturbance in action. How does he look at the world? For him, when he comes out of Samadhi, he sees the world as a dream. He sees the world as a dream. World is a dream like appears for him. Okay? You can say equivalent of lucid dream. In some dreams, we know we are dreaming, but still dream continues. Waking state becomes like a lucid dream, where he can interact perfectly with everything, but he is not disturbed because he's a dream. So he will continue to his duties as Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra, husband, or a father. He can do perfectly, he can function in the world. He can do the teaching, he can run an ashram, all those things he can do in stage 4. Knowing very well it's Mithya. So I will say like this. I will give an example. Okay. You are playing a video game. You know its video game is unreal. But you can play very well. Knowing very well, play unreal. Right? There are people who become video game addicts. They become video game addicts. They forget that it's a game. Let's say video game is shooting game. Somebody comes and says, oh, I died. They'll feel bad. Means they are identified. These are called samsaris. But somebody has realized, oh, this is a video game. Let me play it well. No. What is that? So, Gnani in the stage 4 is like interacting in the world like playing a video game. Are you getting what I'm saying? He is perfectly conscious, fully conscious when he is interacting in the world. He is, I am Brahman. His consciousness never goes. He interacts with the world with full clarity. I am Brahman and world is Mithya. Okay? Are we clear? So now he can continue to be there. From 5, 6, 7 is optional for a Gnani. It's not a mandatory. Now who decides the optional? It's the Prarabdha Karma which decides the optional. So Prarabdha Karma says, okay, now your role as a Grahastha is over. Everything is coming to an end. Grahastha ashrama is coming to an end because of whatever reason. Then 6, 7, 8, stages 6, 7, 8, he cannot be in the Grahastha ashrama and perform it. Because in stage 6, 7, 8, he'll be spending more time in Samadhi and less time in the interacting with the world. Understand? His more time is going into Samadhi sthiti, transcendental state, from 5, 6, 7. That is the point of time somebody can take a Vidvat Sannyasa. If somebody doesn't take Vidvat Sannyasa, nothing is missing in their life. Because they are already Jnanis. They all, next life they don't have. They have become free from cycle of birth. Okay, whatever they have to attain, already attained. Vidvat Sannyasa applies to those whose prarabdha 5, 6, 7 is there. So what is the prarabdha here? Let us take a Grahastha. He has done Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, Vedanta study. Then he has finally realized I am Brahman. Okay. But he has a family responsibility. He has a child to take care. He has to wife to take care or husband to take care. Okay. So this is the part of the prarabdha package. A wife, child, a job, or earning some livelihood. This is all part of the prarabdha. So you'll continue to do that. If one day, fine day will come where all family responsibilities are over. The job is also not there. Then he can as well take a Vidvat Sannyasa. That means his prarabdha is reducing all his external circumstances, right? He's not forcing it. Okay. Naturally, all external circumstances dissolve. Are you clear? So then he has a choice. He can continue to be in stage 4, or he can go to 5, 6, 7. Means his prarabdha started dissolving circumstances where he has to be in the dream and interact with the dream is over. The dream and situation is coming down. Now he can go and spend more and more time in samadhi. Okay. Are we clear? Samadhi means what? Then he'll enjoy the samadhi sukha. Samadhi sukha. Okay. Samadhi sukha is not Atma Dhnana. Samadhi sukha is the bliss of the self reflected in the mind. Chidabhasa. As the mind becomes more and more silent, more and more bliss is reflected. Reflected Ananda he experiences. Okay. It doesn't mean I do not add value to his Atma Dhnana. It doesn't add anything to his Atma Dhnana. Because Atma Dhnana he has already got. But his Ananda, he is starting getting. He becomes Ananda book, enjoyer of bliss. Remember, before coming to stage 1, he was trying to enjoy happiness from the objects of the world. Okay? Are we clear? And that was causing suffering. Now he has found a way of enjoying bliss without causing suffering. Atmananda. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? He has become blissful. He is enjoying the bliss. He need not. That's a different matter. He does not have to. Instead of the prarabdha karma has come down. No job responsibility, no family responsibility, no children responsibility. And ashrama is also all Vedanta, the school he has built and all is being taken care by people. So he has no responsibility. He can as well start enjoying Atmananda. Right? Atmadnana, there's no difference at all. But Atmananda, he can close his eyes, sit silently, and more Ananda he can enjoy. Which Ananda? This is not Vishayananda. It's not object happiness. It's Atmananda, not original Atma. It's reflected in Atmananda. Atmananda reflected in the mind. Pratipasika. Anandamaya Kosha. Okay. So he is enjoying now conscious sleep. It's called Jagat Sushupti. More and more, just like you enjoy deep sleep, he is experiencing that deep sleep happiness in the waking state. More longer and longer. But up to stage 4, he was not able to do it longer and longer because he has to spend half an hour in samadhi, then get up and go to office or go do cooking, take care of 10 children and rush to house. How? So you have responsibility, no? But you know it very well that it's mithya and you act up to stage 4. From stage 4 to 5, all responsibilities are gone because prarabdha is dissolved. Right? Prarabdha dissolved me from when I left my office. Corporate prarabdha dissolved. But family prarabdha remained. My daughter has to be married. Right? I have to take care of my family. So the family prarabdha continued. Even that prarabdha starts dissolving at some point of time. Then you can spend more and more time on blissful state of samadhi. Please understand, it's called samadhi sukha. It is not Atma. Atma, you are already blissful. Atma is, as Atma, you are already free. Atmananda, you cannot experience it. You are the self. But reflected Ananda, you can experience. Are we getting clarity? So that Samadhi Ananda, he starts experiencing more and more because he has nothing else to do. It's like a deep sleep state, but fully awake. Jagata Sushupti, he'll enjoy more and more. Now it will become more and more because even dream-like waking state is already reducing. No dream-like waking state also. No. Waking state is a dream projection. That's also gone. He's only experiencing deep sleep like Ananda. Clear? Please understand. 5th stage, you don't have to go. It's not mandatory. Only your prarabdha karma starts dissolving, you may go. Or in the 4th stage, he has taken up Loka Kalyana, service activity. As Loka Kalyana is going on, he doesn't want to go to fifth stage at all. Because Loka Kalyana activity, you want to continue. Are you clear? So now it comes to fifth stage. In the fifth stage, what happens? It's called asamasakti. Means there's no interest in the objects of the world. Earlier, when you are playing a video game, understand, in the stage 4, video game is unreal, but your interest, oh, let me get the 100 point. Let me get the 100 point. You are getting one of my analogy of video point. In the waking, earlier in the stage 4, the world was a video game. Mithya. But still there was interest. Let me do it. I have to earn money for taking care of family. There's some interest in doing some things, focus in something. Stage 4. Right? So now you come to stage 5. There's no interest in doing something and gaining something. Asama, asakti. Even dream-like state is becoming thinner and thinner. Are you getting what I'm saying? Dream is becoming weaker because prarabdha is dissolved. So now he has entered into Paramahamsa Sannyasi next stage. It's called Vidvat Sannyasa. He may be householder or he may take formal sannyasa or informal sannyasa. But he has already entered into fourth stage, fifth stage, where he can spend more time in Samadhi Sukha. Are we clear?
It's from outsider point of view.
From outside, inner understanding is same I said. Inner understanding, all are mukta. And for him,
And for them,
for whom?
inner state of mind.
Inner state, there's no concept of prarabdha, no? So now it started dissolving. He spends more and more time in Samadhi Sukha. Are you clear? Now, the world is, earlier world was a video game. It's a Mithya, unreal. But even that unreality has become unreal, more unreal. There is no interest in any focusing on anything. At this point of time, he cannot do any meaningful interaction in the world. That's why people take Vidvat Sannyasa, formal sannyasa, either as a householder or a formal. Are we clear? And they spend more time on Samadhi and less time on interacting with the world. And when they interact with the world, in the stage 5, they are not coming, they are already in Samadhi. They are Brahman only. They are interacting with non-doership, no doership at all. Okay? But they'll be able to act perfectly because mind is calm and peaceful and serene. Interaction with the world will go on. Let's say earlier they were interacting with the world for 12 hours. Now they were reduced it to 6 hours. But the 6 hours, they'll be properly interact. It's not that they'll run away from the world. But there's no need to focus on anything because prarabdha karma has started dissolving. Asamasakti has set in. Right? See, if you don't have to take care of your job, if you don't have to take care of wife, or if you don't have to take care of children, or you don't have to take care of your service activities, also is almost it's running by itself. You don't need to focus on anything external. Don't have to focus on the video game. It is all. But when he interacts, he'll interact very properly also. With the fully, his mind is more merged with Brahman now, compared to Brahman means you can say mind merged with Brahman is deep sleep-like state. Deep sleep-like state is also there in the waking state. The person is very tranquil, very peaceful, interacts with a very beautiful way in the world, very calmly, peacefully. Anything happening in the world doesn't disturb him at all because he already has attained in the stage 4. Please understand, in stage 4, he has attained the state of Sthita Prajna that already is done. Dukeshu anadigmanaha sukesh vigata spraha vetaraga bhaya krodha sthitadi munichyate. One who is not disturbed by ups and downs of life, one who has no anger and fear, he has become Sthita Prajna or enlightened one in stage 4. In stage 5, that enlightenment will continue. When he interacts with nothing will affect him. But compared to stage 4, in stage 4, he had a target to achieve, he had to do office work, he had to do family work. Right now, all those things have dissolved. Prarabdha karma has dissolved. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now the world, dream-like world also started coming down. Is more and more, he can spend time in Samadhi Sukha. Now, when he spends more and more time in Samadhi Sukha, what will happen to the mind? Please tell me. The residual mind, which is prarabdha karma, is residual prarabdha karma, which has residual mind, that becomes more and more tranquil, more and more silent. I said, kshiyanti tasya karmani. His karmas will become weak. The karma has a body and a mind. Because external world interaction, you have a mind, which has become calm and peaceful, but with jnana, he's interacting. Even that mind also, when you interact with the external world, some disturbance will happen in the mind. Because outer world will always cause some ripples in the mind. So if you don't interact with the world more, mind will become much more calm. So he enjoys more samadhi sukha, more ananda. Atmananda, there is no difference. Self has ananda, there is no difference. But reflected ananda will increase. Like mirror becomes more polished. Are you getting something? He is not becoming more enlightened. He is already jnani. He is only enlightenment. He is enjoying more. Ananda, he is enjoying more. Benefits of enlightenment, right? It is like you can say, somebody did a business. Okay, he earned a lot of money. Now what he'll do? He'll not do anything now. He'll sit and enjoy. So, benefit of enlightenment, he'll start experiencing in terms of more samadhi sukha. Is that clear? Yes or no? So, it's called asamasakti. Now what will happen? In asamasakti also, there's a weak appearance of the world. The video game is there. World is still mithya. But you don't have anything to do because your prarabdha karma is gone. So you have nothing to do. In next stage, what will happen? He'll become padartha abhavani. Padartha abhavani means even the subject and object appearance become one. There's nothing to interact also. Interaction also has come down. Subject and object are one. Actions will happen. He'll spend more time in samadhi. Okay. Actions will happen. But he is in a samadhi all the time. Actions will happen without a doership. It's like somebody is doing work in a deep sleep. Work will happen. Whatever work has to happen will happen. It's like in deep sleep, actions are happening. In this stage called padartha abhavani. So he is he spends more time in samadhi, and even when he interacts, he's like more like in a deep sleep state. So now what will happen? Up to stage 6, samadhi is he can get up from samadhi anytime. Okay? Because in the stage 4, the world is unreal. In stage 5, the world is mithya, but there's nothing to focus on. The stage 6, the world itself started dissolving now. There's nothing more. Are you understanding what I'm saying? See, understand. If you have to get a dream, okay? If you have to get a dream impressions are required. Impressions of dream are required. Otherwise, you cannot get a dream. Correct? See, in a dream, you saw tiger. The tiger impressions are required in the mind to project a dream. Correct? If the tiger impression is not there, the dream of tiger will not come. So now the impressions of the world are dissolving more and more. He's not becoming more enlightened. His impression of the world is more dissolving. Enlightenment already happened. Prarabdha karma becoming weaker and weaker. Okay. So now what will happen? When the worlds become weak, the world becomes world as 3. It's called Ishana, Lokeshana, Putreshana, and Vitteshana. Ultimately for us, what is the world means? Some relatives, some job, some position, which was that vasanas are required in the stage 4, because you have to project it as mithya and interact. It's not that you're holding on to them. Oh, there is a job. I get up in the morning, the job will appear. Then my wife is there. My family is there. So they're all impressions. They will appear as when you wake up from samadhi. Are you getting what I'm saying? So even they start dissolving. Putreshana, Vitteshana. Don't confuse it with the Ishana. Somebody has a very deep attachment. The impressions of Loka, Putra, Vitta are relationships, family, and friends. they also dissolve. Now there's no more family, no more friends, no more world. Stage. Which stage is that? It is Padartha Abhavani. Absence of objects of the world. Objects of the world appear, some impression should be there, no? Otherwise, how will the objects will appear? Even that impressions also start dissolving as a part of the Prarabdha Karma. Prarabdha Karma is becoming weaker and weaker. Now finally comes to a stage called Turiyaga. Turiyaga means now no impressions of the world is left. To project and come out of the Samadhi, impressions of the world are required. No, there's nothing to project. So Prarabdha Karma has become almost zero. Negligible. That time, he cannot come out of Samadhi. To come out of Samadhi, something is required to pull him out, no? Like to come out of this deep sleep, you need a... Why do you come out of deep sleep? Why do you come out of deep sleep? Tomorrow morning, my son has to go to school. The breakfast has to pack. Your Putri Ishana will come up. Son has to come up. Your work as a mother has to come up. Then only you wake up from the sleep. If there's nothing to wake up, it will not come out. So in stage Padartha Bhavani, there's nothing. All Ishanas have dissolved. The world itself has dissolved by and large. So with difficulty he'll come out. And even if he does work, he'll do the work without a doership. Whatever work is required, with that Prarabdha Karma will happen. Finally, Prarabdha Karma will come to such a low level that there's no need to get up at all. Why will you get up? When you don't have a job, when there's no world, when there's no family, when there's nothing to do, your Prarabdha Karma has become so weak, even to project a dream world. Then he'll not get up. Then people have to come and shake him to wake up. He can't get up. Are you clear? So that is called Turiyaga. Now, he is beyond everything in the world because there's no time, no space, no world for him. So these are the 3 stages, 5, 6, and 7 of what we call as Vidvat Sannyasa, which is optional, not mandatory. And option is not yours. Option is because of Prarabdha Karma. Are you clear? So 4, 5, 6, 7, anybody dies, he is anyway Videha Mukta. Videha Mukta is guaranteed. But from the Gnani's point of view, has already become Videha Mukta. From world point of view, he becomes Videha Mukta after death of the body. Okay? In stage 7, practically he is dead to the world. Nobody can wake him up easily. This is 7 stages of Jivanmukti, liberation, enlightenment. It's called Sapta Dhnana Bhumika. Anybody has a question in this? Any questions? Purnima?
As of now, I just heard Prabhuji. So, yeah.
So, when I say any confusion or clarity, any doubts arise, when I say?
So, this again, the same Videha Mukti, all 3 are Videha Muktas, you just said.
From Gnani's point of view, Videha Mukti is internal understanding. I am not a body, mind, and intellect. Over.
Internal understanding. Okay.
From the world point of view, Videha Mukti happens when the body is dropped.
Yes.
See, what happens in scriptures, sometimes the world part of it, Gnani point of it gets mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in the last session I told, Jivanmukti is final stage of 7th stage. This 7th stage, Jivanmukti, is from the local world point of view.
Okay.
Okay, from Gnani's point of view, 4, 5, 6, 7, I am Mukta. I am Brahman.
Sorry.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
So, anybody else, any questions?
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om Satyavati.
I was about to tell that from 4, 5, 6, 7 itself, Jivanmukta, which actually you've been telling us from a long time. So
yeah, but when I started talking Vidyaranya, then a little bit confusion came. The confusion came because the world point of view and Gnani point of view is getting mixed up. So Gnani point of view, when he gets
established
Aparoksha Jnana, he is Jivanmukta and Videha Mukta.
Correct.
But his external behavior, the people will judge him. People will judge and tell only person who is sitting in Samadhi all the time is called Jivanmukta.
Oh.
Understand? Because for him, even put a pin into his leg, he'll not feel anything.
So in that sense, actually, Jivanmukta is Videha Mukta antane now yen first in the kelta bandvi, other holds good.
Holds good.
But from the society point, adu differ agata.
So when I started in the last class, little bit of a society point of view, Jnani's point of view got mixed up.
It's the same.
Sorry? Yes? And did you understand why somebody can take a Vidvat Sannyasa? Why somebody takes a Vidvat Sannyasa? Is it clear? It's called Vasana Kshaya and Mano Nasha. Vasana Prabdha.
So you have defined 4, okay. Upanishads also talk about 4. This 5, 6, 7. Who is defining this? Based on some patterns that they have observed among the enlightened beings?
Yeah, based on the patterns they have observed in enlightened being, Yoga Vasishta speaks of this.
How do they know what's happening internally that they are defining it externally?
The one who defines it is called Yoga Vasishta Marshi. He's a Gnani. He defines. Vasishta Rishi, he defines Jnana Bhumika in the Yoga Vasishta.
So he says that if an enlightened sage is going into forest, this is called Vidvat Sannyasa, and he is going.
Oh, no, the Vidvat Sannyasa concept is coming in many from Upanishads. Like example, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Vidvat Sannyasa is coming. But Brihadaranyaka Upanishad doesn't say what is happening to internally.
And nobody can even, I don't know how Vasishta can say, but so he said, okay, he assumed that if Yajnavalkya is going out, he is going for Vasana Kshaya. This is the possible reason, or this is the exact reason.
I'm saying all these stages of Jnana Bhumika was a common knowledge in some society at some point of time.
Common knowledge?
Common, general knowledge. General knowledge, all the people knew. These are the stages, by and large. It's a societal knowledge at some point of time. So sannyasa was a very common aspect of life.
This is a pattern observed in some
olden days. Okay. So now, Vidvisha sannyasa.
Applicable for today's generation.
Of course it is.
Will it be like this only, like for 5, 6, 7 will be there?
5, 6, 7 will happen to you if your prarabdha karma allows it to dissolve rest of the things. It will happen by itself.
So you are saying Vasishta knew the internal state also, hence he defined these stages. In this stage, this is happening, in this stage, this is
Vasishta Rishi, based on the Upanishad, based on the societal knowledge, has stated 7 stages of enlightenment like this. Sapta Yoga Jnana Bhumika. Okay. So he is a Gnani by himself. He is a Brahmarshi. He knows what happens here. So now, a person can be a Sahaja Samadhi. He can be in Samadhi all the time and function fully in the world. Now he has gone beyond all the 7 stages.
even
Turiya also. He is Brahman only operating in the world. It's called Sahaja Samadhi.
Example is Krishna.
Krishna. Example is Janaka Raja. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 is optional. It will happen depending on the prarabdha karma or dharma karya. Sri Krishna cannot sit in samadhi. The world has to, the yuddha has to happen, war has to happen. He has to guide people. So he will not sit in samadhi, but he is in samadhi all the time. Sahaja samadhi.
So again, Vasishta has defined 5, 6, 7 for the society.
Vasishta has defined all the 7 based on the understanding of Upanishad, based on societal knowledge. He has made classification of 7 stages.
No, because 5, 6, 6, 7. Do you see in Upanishads 5, 6, 7?
Yeah. Vidut Sannyasa. Yadnavalkya goes for Vidut Sannyasa. It's 5, 6, 7.
He went, but it was not mentioned like he's in the 5th stage.
I'm saying,
stage, 7th.
see, it was a common societal knowledge, Gayatri.
Yeah, it was a common societal knowledge, right? The pattern which Vasishtha has put that in stages and defined it, right?
Vasishtha is a Brahmarshi. He has seen the pattern and he has put in Yadnavalkya, Yoga Bhumika. Right? So, anybody else any questions? Kamala, Karthik, Vidya?
No, Guruji.
Okay, if there are no questions, you have any questions? So, please understand, 4, 5, 6 doesn't add a value to Atma Dhyana. 5, 6, 7 doesn't add a value to Brahma Dhyana. But he will get more time to enjoy the bliss of the self with reflection on the mind while alive. That's why it's called, in people point of view, the person who is experiencing maximum bliss, samadhi, is sitting in all this samadhi. Even if you put a nail into his leg, he is not moving. It's called Jivanmukti, they say. Okay, we'll close this session. Hari Om.